all classified communication seizes. Honorable, and that's here, and common so I the way chill na ye pesi animu nyina edie said the medical asem mo madam and kamunim so esese ye didi ansa na ya bompunimpu tie bia na wa yon hihye so me tunso agu me ho aba ansa na ya adi mpunimpu na hihye so no honorable ba ntempa nti esese ye ne bompunimpu no na nimfo no so doso na wonya kwan so akwakoye ni nyina said ye be ya echina bi nso ye tunsa frɛ na obeba tie ne honorable wi a afi yebedi enuane ahodo efiri wasaman mu no na bibia aye kamanti wadama fache emomwe bompunimpu sabre die mamena kuyaskis ase entuma fefe na send die kuyaskis wo kekansi ani nko a we de yanrepa nkasa wo ene efi abusia ene wa kekansi ani no fefe enti also open African way kama wadama no wa kuyaskis so amame efri se honorable amesha ibukra aginatum se o pamade kama ompam bi nhye no enti wonso kokuyaskisa obehu se o shata de afefefe no ayikiko wa yedelo o McCarthy Hill Junction oni jeyi University no edi animhwe obefre no a 020 836 4729 020 836 4729 na afei mitino miguso a me rocky me conro no me kobo wo tili GH a wo jowlu no ti me kanfo no ama so pese onyu no wuti a won se fefe sa aha no wani mu so ada wo kama nti Ghana ni ba obasima ya no wanyu no wuti wai wabo rasta wabo conro na wani mada ho obebo so akotili GH a wo jowlu police station wo wani mu tintin so a onsani fa be onsani 3D signboard ni siwe pink and white na enwanu untumi nkonso afre na obeba be home service edi amount 0244 808730 0244 808730 and Friday yen na Angel Bakery for ase ewo cocoa bread, wheat bread, butter bread, any sugar bread or de abedom yen na ya kamfo no amount se ne pano udi a wo me ede emu edru emu so ehwam pano papa Angel Bakery for pano ti anu wajibi edi amanfo so tuton ofre wo mu nso a obeye supply na ma nti bi ebodwabodwa bi wo mantemu ade achi obi pepano di aboni this way so a wada ama eno ani Angel Bakery frɛ no no obi na ton 059 411 4719 and 0264 227414 kai say beverage de bebo so no eno ani this way chocolate drink de uhia ene unso hie cocoa kakra esichi kakra milk kakra na achese eno anu no amanfo akopi no mo ye 3 in 1 nanso yesi kusie dane ahwe ani duade epoma no enti omusua this way said de entumi nye said this way de na oka ho no munso a na adi aye pika piti tin pampa eno ani this way tim kodwa so a na wato this way chocolate drink now don so share awono ano pay ye da wo mase papa ye ne honorable Ahmed Ibrahim a oye banda emra shebedwani na wosan ye so afo no niti ye na so ye no yaka mienu abum kanena nka ye local government and rural development nkoa ene wo chieftaincy any religious affairs nti ni mienu no yaka abumui to ye so afo hwe potem amamuo nkronkuma mpuntuo so nananom ahemfo nsem na afei egidie nsem so wosan ehwe so ono ena no pay ye ne no ebompunimpo ne topical issue pa na niji ho sanitation week ana se day a ode ebeba yenso ye niji ho na yenso ye wo interest foforo enti yenso ye interest no say prince dey ya na father bi say na mo interest ne say ye interest ne say ono abu ya wo see the cathedral yinye ono an wo see asen demonizing ni Pentecost da enti ene ho ne interest no ne interest bi em so wo ye cleaning for no no nsen krata ne dia ba ono ase e zoom lion kana nkrofo se dia mo kan se hwe ohun se ne people se ne dia ba people se dia ba so ono abu say
de ka for didi
ye o ka for didi o ani a wo fa so na wasa ka se de ka o amrabo odo ho beto asem ene wa ka se de zoom lion ka mi tietie krom nkrofo se ye dia mo ka se hwe na o me krom chia nkrofo kan
ya me na me kan
oh me shama
there be ediomuka na say me na me say ediomuka sa na me bisa
government owes Lion 1.2 billion Ghana cedis Minister Hales company
eno na ye betu ye
woni manase benya problem
me say eno na ye betu ye
na obeto ye woni manase benya problem manase azuri
oni mu bi won
oni mu bi na wono no metro mu ara wo uti nkwa
mitidasi
afishiapa
afinkombe
wa babanda day tuja ule ba ya pay off
onwa na onpa konwa no
onpa konwa no
na opa ware ase no be yokno
se ne wa betina so wo be se wo so se da wo ka ho mo amaba ya nya moto
memfa wafidi so na menchia etifu a motie yen UTV enanope na masan abomo nyina abaso. In fact, despite media, you did marvelous work. Mama Ghana for 18 year na echo.
Okay.
Moto mobo ejina mfimfini echichire mu ama obia ho.
Me ka say na o ka say na time na ye ma platform no na che say ye bo ama wase ya ban.
Oh, say democracy no. Freedom of information ka ho.
Okay.
Say ya ma wanya kwanya nchechire wunsem a ama timamfo no ntie ehun se o na nke ye o
no nyina na free bono ene me correction kakra mani nsan okra se oman ba se oman ma omanfo timamfo yi de enye twi papa
okay
ti enka omanfo
no
metawase
enya opportunity ehun se ndie we kire ni anase ndie we kire ni enti mu ana mama ye akwanya no ma ye chirichiri mu ye manifesto ye we ni ba na ekolanchi yo na nke ka we ni ba honkwanka hwan beti
okay
but ye chirichiri mu ye ba ye no na president mama osi oba obisi ye nuan mu saba be chirichiri
o wiki you know when ya
exactly enti mu ma opportunity no ma obi ahone na eko enti wie no na it has paid off enti say o dia basobody na ma ya fa ekoma the media landscape no in fact mo ya there and despite media me ma obi be kasa wa we all say hey leader that platform is big o see man old classmate in form 4 I ensure that they had opportunity to connect to me.
That's humbling.
That's
humbling. Yes, we had that for the Ghana for us.
Na masanda President Mama say in fact ne pano ye etu abawi na edoso but he saw say Ahmed beat me aye bibi na odi we e ma me
okay
me constituency for nso me do ma say na mada Ghana for nyina say then we come back to the
and then pese o ka muka emfantra on ne ka emfantra kakra fa chia o
oh mana noe ni share na ikamu create opportunity ngeninga motia ni pe first cabinet minister anire na fachia na fana nyepo owolo kilikire ni kamu
wan kana fana kwa nka wan kan fantra
fantra no emi no nti meka ba ko so aka
ho mi dem dem ni mani so sampa time ni we nyina o mu kan fantra
yeah o say it is asante ni bono
no na on ka bono mi enu kra tachi my bono nko do ma bono
in this planet here in the sampa how na make say ni kan ajaso
okay sanity why are there na mum said you be sure say you may not like it and some person
no me bia no am me
ma sabre no musi ekufadu si cathedral den afei de na una udai 2 days ago we demonized the national cathedral Ahmed Ibrahim ti ujitu mu say sana cathedral no na eye so yes or no
on say o tie ni pa on say we call 3 stations in America and Ghana today omoko fa some aspect no mudi biki kan ho and no mudi me picture ba no mudro cathedral ne say me na me yeken wo forata and me be share ho say MPP vindicated I'm say MPP be na vindicated on say we penyene na de adwuma sha unsa ye na ye ni ye na di monokre cathedral na ye kan cathedral no na me wo parliament Ndiye na ye kase we demonize the national cathedral no we as Ghanaians sana na meka
on
the okay we be see asori dan kanokre na kire mu say me di sika sei e na e ba be si asori dan sei indi say wanye na wudi kosi a asori dan so ye di hu sika sei
now this who security
exactly that is the demonization and only the demonization
or catch Ghana for amount I be you see
one find my budgeting to be honest with you but I unza me person me call emu details until the me can say we demonize it, so let's wait for the audit fundings to come unza ebi say oh yara na yem person you see we spoke against it, not that we spoke against it but we spoke against it say at least as on mine audit mam for into your force now for 4 good years and sana audit budget eba but why ya ade no kukuam ade aye kukuam na nyame asori fie isi no kukuam
but say bia na ade isi so anya kukuam ade ye nyina aye
na ne sika sem no na ehye kukuam for 4 years and sana okujato no kotwea ba se oh cathedral na sika no efri man sika need this binim say enya no kre
okay
so that is where we said but why were we not frank with ourselves
okay
and why will you do things into what we say udi budget mo me nyintum into this na nyame ade ye this so I didn't want to go further into those things
okay
into the catch room say no look those things were demonized asha say ne yansha see
okay
so utie me udu na that's what and truly yansha see
okay yani hwan mo
as on my say finance minister and president no mudina o my
okay
you understand
okay
and uni asofo no kokukuam na mko kasa wi ense say wodi betudwa
adentia
until say mo be conclude discussions no
okay
fancy say opokunya na ba betra memenim opone frimpon abetra menim Joyce ayi nom na Catholic bishop Methodist bishop omunya na betra menim me ne omu akwa wura dem ya kasa wi kasa no yenwie conclusion yan conclude
okay
and ye be sign abeto aso bio
okay
obia aja ni wa
so meaning where she board or Moda Cathedral
president I refer ama me say minkum
okay
and am actually say look ade no president say minkum na ye be ye nhwehwem ewum and I say oh the large group of companies ye auditing
the lot and twitch for
exactly
oh okay
and an internationally respected auditing firm
mona mo de ma o mo ana
say asem no ba first na shrag ye no and a secretariat na ka say we need an independent auditing group
okay
say omoye and na omokofa that international auditing group no na omoye
okay
and say ye twen shrag for akomode ma auditors no so emfa omo report no so emra
okay
and na two things adia auditors no ye no the corruption and criminal aspect of it and na say basic cathedral ye nyek cathedral no that was the concept of the cathedral it is these two things no man penyin ko ye no or say even if the basic cathedral no maybe not at this old site so here that was the president mama
I was surprised in tia na me dwen won say tie kana ya bo ho ni nyina ne
there be say auditors no o man penyin say auditors no ye o madwuma
okay
and na say auditors ye adwuma omu wie na ya usoro ba so we corruption say na wom na auditors no wie na fundings no otherwise na o minister credibility no wan
okay
umpenyin ni na udi no e wan intena me ka say look we were not fair to ourselves. Into a forceful finance minister, and son after 4 years, or the 80 million bar budget, you know. And or the buy and a said there be until say you be investigated the previous spendings, you know. So that too was not accepted.
Okay.
Into BB Sano, was a we NDC MPP. Baby obi agina film. Now udi uma auditors no shrag. Fund this no mo the bebano. Then you re-engage the people again. Until now, normal bebre woman, yeah, as a city here. So me ka say me di tudwa either say or mine no me who what will happen so clearly it was say
even as audit for no enwe or more auditing no kra no nyama bebre when hu sisi ai
nya say ndie me ma ho ewo nsem a me ma ho wo mu
okay
pepe where I sit on the cathedral na me wo parliament right from 2019
yeah
and at parliament no say asofo no can budgeting system na ye wo parliament nya asofo no nyina nenimo ya media for kra nyam
akrache for no kra nya obi
anenim
obi ati na adwuma mu bro
exactly obi a wakoye theology na waba o say mikosi cathedral and na wa chro bro sentence say oh our government will provide seed money for the cathedral e wo budgeting but one fasika uko budget estimates na one fashion ansho.
Okay.
One provide any seed money, one provide she. But me in the policy aspect no, also it is a policy of government to build a cathedral.
Okay.
In that same budget, government didn't provide anything for.
But would you force them? Are you
not misleading the pastors?
Oh.
What the media see? In a whole America say no, government himself was not forthright with the pastors, the clergy.
Okay.
In the same way, na say kasa ye chire mu pa ne ebe banye. And here is the case clergy no mun so eduru ba bi na emo ache. Ebinum si marizane, ebinum si midasi wum. So the thing, adie we na say ni credibility, ni integrity.
Say, are you as religious minister? Ushia or mono, mo kan.
And I can say no, adie no, ne aba no, mo kura mo bi kura mpo no mo ache. Enti yema audit fundings no emra. The audit fundings but then we re-engage again. Ehwa na Ghana for be hu no kura e den.
Ewom. Enti say no, where dissolve board na ho na na e hostel.
Na board no crampo secretariat who's not secretariat no presidency.
Oh, okay.
The secretariat was at the presidency.
Okay.
As I speak to you, the secretariat is no more at the presidency.
Where is it?
There no investigation na ye ni na secretariat no was temporary in a private location.
Now the private location security reasons to mean country.
There na nkasa no cathedral na nkasa. Okay, until the fundings come, and they be the actual cost
of the cathedral.
And at the actual cost spent so far.
Because after all, say later, saying as much as any budget along the line, we were told how much they were going to need. And it's no more call US funds.
And na ankran bibri. Baby are the way demonize no by na me ba na ankran bi epese omudi omusika.
Oh, I see.
But because not fapim na.
Omo de beboa free.
As far as dance you see sana you see.
Okay.
You won as far as down see ah. We nkrambo for dey nye ankran na dey music be see free.
Okay.
The same thing some Christian organizations so some say ombesi akristo for dey no free. But here is the case it was shredded in secrecy. Enti obi ba na oti say na wa shake. Yeah, that is where
I say so now my board no looky bad because
board no the board itself was not responsible for the budgeting. Board no draw budget. Board
members ni be dru baby no mutimi bo cathedral secretariat botin answer money fanye project na
audit fundings no e the way nyina beba out.
I see.
Clearly what media na say.
Okay.
Auditors no ba say you can say
finding a baby out everything.
The auditors they assured me said the Deloitte group of companies said they are about finishing.
Okay.
Until share phase 1. And any individual has been so share. So we are yet to meet for the second time.
Okay.
Into share second time na and ubit me and on to say be able conclude discussions. Now only Ghana for Akasa.
Okay.
Until conclude discussions na ba the actual cost on the year can 58 million. For all you know, might not be the actual cost incurred.
Cow, my boy, the 58 million to the biggest man.
It might not be the actual cost incurred. And at the estimated expected cost after completion must also be brought to book. In the audit fund this necessary normal. Now, now. Fine. Now, because yesterday,
without the
right from yesterday,
estimate.
Into how will you take me? Obia Ahmed Ibrahim Cathedral ninja yesterday. So what do you expect me to say today? Until the audit fundings come.
Okay.
A DM partner made me a come over JD. But audit fundings no banakas and the professionals no can ye. That's a hona Ghana jina. And the thing is not about the concept of the cathedral itself.
No, it's about the
Ghana Franca say cathedral, Bible gardens, and a Bible museum, restaurant, African Israel.
Yeah.
That was not where the negotiation was. But say one, into a hona say, what's it done to be? Into say Ububutsa no na Obesi Cathedral na a land build. That was what some Ghanaians were saying. Two.
No, but the harm has been cost already.
Two. Meba hona meba 2 wa ho tema station court dana isi ye ko bo Bosnia si sa court dana ana NDC
okay
and ye boss that same Bosnia esi baby a emu judge for no ebeda e wo baby a cathedral we
okay
and me na me ka parliament no ye ko bo Bosnia na si court no esa ko bo Bosnia be si judge dana ba ko 18 abrosan ba ko different are 18 nti hona na a judge for no mo beda wo ha na mo akọ adwuma automation Professor Mills na ye yo within 8 years Bosnia Yakobo Fidelity Bank Yakobo Fidelity Bank NAC Satema Station court no the court bank
yeah
within 8 years now as of mine na yasan be gina yakofa bulldozer Bosnia ne yentia yo ye bebubu dan no na yasi cathedral ho this is where ye mu bi yes original was no this thing is not about the concept of a cathedral
okay
but the process
okay
it's not good
that was where ofo cathedral ni sie ni so na kwan na ne ye fa so sie ene na ye hawo kakra
that was our concept
okay
that was our problem
okay
and a two
but as a religious minister ye bibia nkantum auditing na by be say ubetum ampani for samira ye nto aso ni yensi say even if you be here in the current location
on minor that is the position of Omampanyini but as on minor say yeti no kre echre ye ho say ye bisi cathedral ye hia 200 million state no betua bia 50 million ankran mo betimi aboa mo mfa bibimra nti ya office nka this kind of organization
omo kan ma sorry bi mo sha se omo make contributions
there be even chief imam create bi but great. It was in the chief imam 50,000 so kaya it was make the word politicized and demonized and shredded in secrets and no money in some people wanted to bring their money but they held back because of the very weak foundation of the things
a weak foundation and say demonizing no politicizing
all because why would they no excuse me to say enya dia odisika homa clergy say munyinko yizi
okay
and enya dia odisika bi share budget mo let me give you one simple example
okay.
So okay tidalways
which of them
tidalways e buyer Twitter I ka say abanfa contingency vote no binko na yenko no say abansi onisika
okay
not knowing say contingency vote no aban EDC cathedral and for 4 years that is where the money was coming from
tisikana ka ye de to say ye ho kire yen a ye yusu no sana e kire wo mo ba ye sana mo be hu won krata
enya ye ba sana aban e yusu no kukuam
I see
are you true and you think that Ghanaians will know ade a won pese nipo hu enti nyame de hu that is where the word those kind
demonized,
those words are coming from and as a Christian to be honest and to be fair to them and to God ade a wo pese wo ya hye nyame enmunyam no manipa nso enhye wo ehu enmunyam or say
enu na Bible never
I may not be able to give you I may not be able to give you na say ndiye ya chichiri wa asase so no ya chichiri wo soro enti ndiye ye be bo anu aka kire say ya wa ya de wa asase no sa na osoro nso ye be kanfo na wanye ni ye se de wanye ni ye wani pa nim no sa na nyame nso wanye ni ye wani but you talk say NDC4 yeah NDC4 there udi ba budget no ma ye nyintum yeah that is wrong. We have a parliament of 87% Christians. Now, so Babisi Cathedral, what prevented you from bringing it before parliament?
And then I'm also no assistant because at the time, so Okasa said, "Ya Okasa ya." Say Bianca, it would have been different, but
I was a
political power.
Let me tell you, I'm telling you this, and this was secret conversation. This was not public conversation. Mini kusibuafo. Also, na Christians for na mo NDC. Why are you sitting there? And I'm saying, na Christ many kusibuafo ni na atoshe
kusibuafo public sector reform
there be kusibuatin
okay also
na me onabo na atoshe
okay
and also na mo Christians for you are elder and na mo ti ona omutwa boy na me say reverend ade no me elder right ba kwa mo fa so no enye I said it openly. You ask na atoshe, you ask kusibuatin, he will tell you and also I say me unim say me Christian adent na one farm ma budget no ama yan debate e wo floor of parliament say you budget man na yen to o say o e dey wo say na wo budget no e ho na me hu say so for no mu nim and I'm say any budget o say wo budget no o say president can say medicine and I'm say that was a policy na budget no say na wo budget no afi not na to shika tren say reverend na yin budget no two size
okay
and no and free me so even
so
that
maybe I'm just thinking o man financial budget because omo di chanka hey president who na who ka say wa shenya me bo and then wa shenya me bo na wo dey bre o man no so maybe
just when the
and I starting so I said the state was not going to bear the cost.
So I have an answer to that.
Okay.
But all the fundings no bar, I will answer that part of the question because I can in some many asofo no. Yeah, me NDC ni. I can some questions and I mean
NDC chairman ba.
And I me asofo this year, me say elder.
Okay.
And that doesn't prevent me from asking them questions. Me jina NDC and I'm esa jina of mine no and I'm esa jina president and I'm every start questions.
Okay.
And because I'm an elder, we feel free to speak out.
Okay.
And to be bien wa asofo no e dey see me.
Okay.
And I be bien wa me so me dey see mu.
Okay.
And I maka dokre na chiro mu say look, baby a yakodunu dokre wo mu nyina ye mfa ntudwa.
Okay.
And that's why I'm more particular about the auditing. No.
A man for be mo say as a mo yet say NDC wa ba yi de mo ni mo ambe wa ba mu no ahote for Paul for no maba mo de mo hu ni asem said ya mo ye no no.
Oh there be who say o man penye na angasa o say he's resetting. Ono angasa wona na wo be dada ono angasa woni bi no be de bi.
But anyo no kwa na ye adwuma no enti obi tin to betimi abe affect no.
There be ya say Ghana no say ye di say ni bria o man penye di ashasi on say cathedral no say si kan ye ba ye sanke no an say ye kofa orai na ka say di kokot kenye sa
okay
ba wa ba no at least it was afina ya nya kwanya di amount nti say obiebie mu na wo ho for all you know sa $58 million na ye kan for bia na ska no brosa.
Okay.
Bia na enrusa.
Okay.
But after say auditing na ba no the actual cost will come.
As a anticipation you say be brosa because
yeah anticipation per se.
And just as I want anticipate say be 58 million no kana ya bo.
There be any anticipation say e be brosa per se. Adwuma na omoya no say auditors for no omo the engineers be kwa mo quantify. Be mo bill of quantities na any na. Bia na adwuma no ke say e cost 200 million and na omudi be 60 million akoye say adwuma no.
Okay.
So what will you say about that? E dey na obeka.
E say be bro so ne aka no enti complete the entire.
Bia na senka obi unanka wo ya ana oman no nanka e ka say ye ko government process government year kasika we can say about 100 million a year but asofo no mat me abomodia e di be 50 million a year sa ade no
ene nkoma ya ade
onza auditing no nyamba yo ba wa ngata wa
honorable ene wa twemi akomu ba yi me hu afimu but still we are on the religious issues
empty on a very serious note ama my very circumspect.
Okay.
A drew on no be the bonia auditors for professionals for Nebeka. A drew on no be soon the bonia professionals for Nebeka.
Okay.
But mea the na minim rano me be who be I then I can.
Okay.
And sana mako man penyo waka say president ade we the na ye kan sta ye no kre. The na ye kan saa na no ma bi kra ekeka. The na ye kan saa na the enti a omo so mo ye see ene. And truly, to be fair to the clergy, they wrote that they wanted to meet the president.
Okay. A board of trustees.
Yes. You know. Said they wanted to meet the president. And the president never.
Okay.
And the president can say, okay, go and meet the religious affairs minister. Na cathedral no no ni ho na nationality.
Okay.
Na money no enkika. Enti no na egu so ayeka.
And most of them were akomapa. In fact, me edube me ka che apostle Pokunya said that wunya isa adwuma say baby ye be see. Say ya nipa bi mu wo a wo ntini ama se Kristo sum de wo ya de a ye be ka me se da agya ye di watem. Papa isi wonya.
Ya me akaza me ba me be di minister ye di matem no. by cathedral no ba see ye draw cathedral no mu dey aro ni say
e so na say
so ade ya go bo
enye is so be penny o Ghana
mo ja ke forata mi na mu dey cathedral e be so na mi dey da so be Israel mi ko bi
you say how na ho na o time na ken ho na o soja gu ne so na o say
Israel no man ko bi o
enye hwe
bo na mo ko fa ba ye man ko bi o
say wo diabolics a wa sha enti cathedral ne dey ye be si wo
yeah, you can't put the cart before the horse. If let me tell you the truth, even if the state say they will build the cathedral, the state cannot use these few days and years ahead.
Say your plan we are, and I see want to see a basi. I think are we going to build the cathedral?
Yeah, and you expect me to answer this question before the audit fundings? No, you haven't to me.
Oh, yes, we will build.
Can you?
Yes, you build.
I mean, what a coup.
Oh, thank you. I feel now you better say we are better sources.
Oh, my no, so how are you going to continue with your cathedral?
Chieftaincy cathedral.
Me can't say yes. What?
And after the mama say no, wash.
That is not President Mama, no.
Okay.
Do you know the kind of religious work President Mama does?
He may be doing religious work, but if you are cathedral, they not see. I know the Nyame am shey Nyame bontimi meto aso.
So far say don't get here. Okoto 1,000 bags of cement Ekoma Church of Pentecost or Sekwa.
Okay.
Cement bag 1,000.
Okay.
And no do come Church of Pentecost or Sekwa so mun fancy ne ma mi asore ne ma mi asore. Ne ma mi ko Pentecost.
Okay.
To mun fancy Pentecost asore dan.
1,000 Pentecost pa.
O na say ono ko presby but the man
Pentecost.
But I say do man so no Pentecost. So I'm telling you say Christians you know NDC from penny for na ankasa bi a religious work.
Okay.
And I me ankasa ya let me tell you the truth.
Me ankasa no me say e ya mo boa nkrofo pa e but interesting say cathedral no ya tu sika agumu dada ya gitum
sika na watu agumu no
enti ye beto aso ana sika na enhye
sika na watu agumu bia wonru half. Okay. So let the fundings come. Ebi a wonru quarter.
Findings see the na ye twen pa.
Na what test for no yo madwuma. Omu yo madwuma na uko the back doesn't stop with me.
Okay.
Na uko no ni president kokasa. Na mo dissect fundings no. Then you can take a definite decision.
Okay.
Na mitra o cathedral no yebesi. Na uko what we fundings na odi akọ manpanyin no ade we dey into aso. Yeah. Me and S and this and Becca say yen twice. Member no na Google na chimeti say about me o. Yeah, kasa na yeah kasa the Google hotel.
Eche odi am say the.
Chiwa oba na ya bo papa ona bo video we. You can say how can you reverse?
Okay.
You can't. I've been very circumspect so long as those things. And now enya no man na ewo mu ni nyina na ye. As a matter of fact. Enye ni nyina nso ene enye correct enti e wo say ye tie na asoman no ye di normal no ba enye mi nko anso na me president mama ni minister
okay
ena ye na ye di anim almost okuja to a man good self ena St. George ye na ye Christopher ni elders
okay
but we were not against the concept of a cathedral
onim de ekoso mi trim said the president mama see e besi na ebia nye that location no de ekoso mi trim ni say tie bia ne wakope new location ni asi ti afi na ba say oh mampani na ado de o shebo na wantimi ani so o shebo so obeye wa ha na enu na ye eja onu na akam no na mambani mahama onu anhye boba ye no o sesan location no ne wakọ akosi ni
there na omampanyina akufado in 8 years there no kan so be ya otimi ye
na nya mampani akufado ntina wa
debi
na de local government
maybe say there no kan ya otimi ye oh Messi 8 hospitals in 18 months.
My credit kakra o pass affirmative action bill.
Affirmative action bag we na pass here. Enenya pan bag we na pass here. Bag we na chi ye tran o se kwan bia so ji se pass.
Right to information.
and also the same thing and the right information then ya pass ya do third reading and no ka say mama em pass and credit no na mama lose we
and dey make am ho asem to dey my yen
na ma wo ha o say ya pass ya mama be credit na wa lose we nti yen ja wo ya ja ye mo ba ya no mo ye
aban say obeti ye religious task force a ebeboa religious cohabitation me say anase eti we asem ni ho na no me ko break ma chia chief imam ma shira no kama
asem ni ho pa ya won say yesusa no say de omotiti ye no ama ye ni ye no ene na mafo aba no difference wo
okay
me call Pakistan program ewo omo emeze onso mo ye nkramofo nti me ko share nkramofo ambassadors no bebre but their main Algeria ambassador, Pakistan ambassador, any most of those Arab countries, their main concern omo kan say bi mamani ji Ghana religious tolerance no very good and no na ma peace ya ewo man no no obi antimi attack Ghana or see maybe some earlier leaders were well trained and they transferred this thing into subsequent generation and that's why Ghanaians are like that. Me too na my very proud.
Okay, nti ya chesa asemu ni ho.
Na my very proud.
Why the tax force?
Nti yeah kwasa na no mo can say but watch.
Oh.
You have to de-escalate religious radicalism.
Interesting.
And was say religious radicalism no. On say ye wo a Christo 1420 and Angramu 1420. And this no man in sa ni ye ni nyina no. I was say ye mani bafo.
Oh, enunti na ye beti sa task force.
Na uko Algeria near ACC organa omohu. They were like that, but it actually no, it got out of hand. Okay. And no mo born crambo 4 countries no be breeding. Okay. Inti Ghana ha no, saa de na ye wono, ye ne various religions no enkasa. Na emma saa ni ye na mo kase eye papa no. Okay. Ye identify say eye adipa na ye hold on.
The task force no be ye den important.
On say ekoba ne say Pentecost for ye adiebi. Na ebia nkramofo empire, there must be a common platform. Okay. Where mo be share na kase o uni o manu nkasa. Adiebi o mo yesi say kase ye man akoso a emwa. Enti we there will be a platform. Okay. The big men will speak. As a interreligious group and association be and it should be non-denominational. Say chief imam edin nepaba. Na or GPCC di nepaba, charismatic churches di nepaba, Methodist. Enti mo nyina mo kwotena wa ebema doctrinal differences a ema uhu obi a ofi say wo die ne ye no ono ne die enye no. You will learn how to accommodate and tolerate.
Salku ebe di enku aban na institute and I ye she omun kuran na o mate na association.
On say ye wo informal way. Okay. Ye wo that kind of platform, but we must just deepen it and reinforce it.
And person say, how are you going to deepen it? Oh, say I formalize it. Yeah, well, even testimony of various sects, Muslim so various sects, or more we call
various sects or various groups.
Okay, sect.
All right. Because various groups, you know. Me go through baby oh me yamushimi sadia no when mu ya no I'm telling you engra na me yamashimi kakra
okay ni nyina so mu nyina ya gidiko ni bia
gidiko ni bi okay so which means but sadia we on mekana bontin but who minister no wa pour those things for you to know say sa gidi we enewo so you on my promise oh dan patroja okay we mene menuanum the other side no so be share na me no mark say mo consensus we no we should find a way of addressing it okay ente say na won say nepa ta share share communicate here it makes you to understand your divergent differences okay na say the be ya mo betumi solve so it is going to be the right thing to be done okay and na near me then say won say Pentecost 4 year moral development conference okay and no mo invite chief imam. All right. And a chief imam the spokesperson nearby. Okay. No buy our bed down in some more kind and it Sa asora no na e ko pepepepe and I was much touched. So such platforms say nkola no the yempanyimfo no kra at that level talk to each other, accommodate each other. Ebema transfer of that ethics aba from one.
Okay.
And ebema entrenched positions in certain schools. On say the concern is that schools no be brewa. So there are some mission schools are upe. Me kai say is an yewo not because Roman a conkremu. It happened to I was attending Arabic English school. Roman for ni Arabic for na TSA school.
Okay.
Into English Arabic.
Okay.
Into ube friend ya mina wasa ko Roman.
And yes, I would
na Sunday
faith based school.
Sunday ube kwa fu mukura na ese ko asoro no ko chiro udin.
One class but we will book mu so buy.
Ade chia o mbe bubo mu amko asoro yesterday. Be bubo mu din wo parade. Eno de mba de obeji. That is how these Catholics in that is how we. Into eno mo no. Ahmed Ahmed. But I'm still
a Christian.
A Christian.
Yeah.
Because those values at P2, P3, P4 eno upe Roman idea ubeko. This is how those things were transferred. In the other faith groups now, say a giant man, emo treat you this way, they will grow up to believe in those kind of values.
Faith.
And those things no penny for no share, task force no share, they will see how to accommodate this. Also, Nancy, I met Wesley girls. No master T.
Some time ago about
say
come chene hijab in a way.
And these are issues and say who jaima religious bodies no say oman kasa handle.
Okay.
Government must interface them.
Okay.
Now we oman kasa say so how do we get it done? I say who jaima oman there will be one radical believer who will just escalate those things. Be one na
the tax force no ye betting is saying how many ye do more tie.
And yet minister no person. We are not there yet. This is a concept, a policy that the president himself is bringing out. And the affair na ye technical things no e translate. And ye wo on say ye wo various faith-based groups. Ye ne omo in those days, there must be institutional representation. And yes, I will know where oh yes CPP in Tibra. Bofa oh yes CPP bra. Obewana one party legend so na woman state no. So I dey know to me solve problem na you person you solve. So sometimes you throw it to them and it's better you have divergent group of people. Now one kasa no you see both sides of the coin. Ye
beba chieftaincy so na answer no religious name no meaning say mainly interior ne IGP asem but ya na say asofo no commission IGP dada no ye say umofia de ye nhye nkom we be wu we be say ba say na say asen aba eni ade
IGP dada no okose nkonche da so
nkomche aha nti na me bisa as a minister
be ono nkonche da so na ono kan ye prapo ya man bisa sa question me
bisa okusa na
sa question wo be bisa onu abema
me bisa me bra kakra nti e bia nhihye bi wo ho a mo one interior minister be hwe na ma coordinate amasa ade no maso anu ana
ya wo ha onu ya wo so nim say ya soro no ko na e bompa ya obe ho ana nkunkun na atiasi obi so na ye nyina ya so ye tie nyame ne ye kasa
me ma
na mi si membi sa onu abe ma sa question no nti e hona onu abe ma free ball me kai professor Okwe no ka say ye mara about those things and Mr. Speaker, can you legislate against the Holy Spirit?
Mr. Speaker, so say no you suffer.
No you suffer. That's me bisa no. Me bisa no. That's na opposition. Mr. Speaker, can you legislate against the Holy Spirit? Me man quotations man na I say the statement is referred to the Committee of Youth and Sports and no.
To say that now we won't shut down for IGP ni sa na ade ni say mama nhye ngom no. 31st
I don't support. Sometimes from biblical days emra Jesus Christ by Pharisee for ne is Jew for no question said they were looking for him to stop him. There was a learned lawyer, respected learned lawyer called Gamaliel. He rose up and spoke. Say, enuanom yetiha ena gidie we buy egu inti sa Jesus Christ there ya eba yenya no say frɛ radia ebegyina say frɛ radia eno so begu. So some of those things economy ogidie ewo. So some of those things say yembra we I believe that spiritual or religious things, if it is not from above, it will not stand.
Okay. And yemra chieftaincy so. Nanano mo yade nanso ye wo haw kakra chisi ye wo ahinse mu ntawantawa ene manson kete. O plans ne sen e fa side no.
No. Me call ohene pon bi ho. Ye kasa o say minister. No kren kitten a yentimi kanti na ma chieftaincy dispute we adoso sa no. Nti kwan a mo be fa so a mo benya ba bedwaku bi a ombitimi aboa ai be neutral betimi aka no kra. Me gidi senke be boa. Because uhwe chieftaincy dispute eya adoso aboroso. Na eya national security problem. Until the earlier we solve it, the better. And I say, won't mean solve it. We also call last year budget ma. Now, almost 515 chieftaincy cases in 2024.
Wow.
And can say, target ne say, solve 45 out of the 500.
Out of the 500 and no 100.
Out of the 515.
Oh.
Almost one yeska until almost solve 38 for the whole year.
Wow.
And I'm busy almost saying, I didn't think out of 515. Most of them solve 45 for the whole year. More to me 35 pen amount to me solve here. And I'm say problem near funding. Funding because your constitution is see. Unti me fa aban mrano enche parliament no enche amanyosemni amanyofo intimate any ahindie different. Ye di amamre mbra customary law na eka. And say when you cannot be a member of the judicial committee. And a judicial committees na ewo regional houses of chiefs no omuna ya omudi ahinsen those things. And na omwan kasa no omuko transi no mudi asem no na omutushe na wa mo allowance. The sitting allowance ne fuel ne sa no man ese odi mo no wa nya mo the adjournment case will be very long. And this anke e was ka ye di mo frequently ka obe hu se omuto asem no edisha.
Why na this as can mo state na
state na
dai na omo ankasa se omo so omo ye council traditional council na no mani mu nsamo nsase wo
when intimi
nsase na bia wa
asase ye mo bi nka wo na nyame bo no abo ade bo no fititina na da so
ntinko enu no mo ton no mo fa hu bia mo hu bra
ntinko asase no fa ntima so
ye nti e bia house of chiefs na ankasa no dues kakra na ya bele mo kakra na nka omo de atuatua enya sa se
ya ho na nanom nso hu kire omo no mbra no se asase na ye da ho no eye nanom dia na mbom agudi a ehase no aban dia. Nti sa royalties ni sa no mani nyina ni sa minerals na ewo beneath the
asase no ana kanana no mbenya kakra no
ena uhwa because it has not been properly managed previously eno na ma sa ade no so ebae nti carefully speaking near ye person ye say ye hwe kwan be fa so a sa sitting allowances na ye di ma judicial committees no e bia ye be ma nakọ wano say be ya say ukonne on say ska wo kra na nanom ba na mo di case na obetumi aka say ochina ya agen ochina beto aso ya agen next week beto aso ya agen next 2 year beto aso by one man na yatimi a dissolve case na na wan nye ni sa na hwi ni wa na nanom ko nde omusi ya agent to 2 months time 2 months no omoba omusi omo agent to 4 months time 1 year no be bana sa case no eda so enunti na okwa
so abeka
na enunti na okwa akonyaman so bebre wa bia de 10 years bia de 15 years bia bi wa omo atwi months so 30 years no oboda so atwi months but judicial committee members no krampo no na bia free mo na ya replace binum so serious thing na was a yema yeni ekon.
Okay.
But yeah, idea me who say chieftaincy you know. On the national security budget. Na normal affect security of the state na honewo. Inti sa chieftaincy budget no should have been treated like the national security budget. And
because the also budget ni interrogating.
And yet interrogation no per se critical as an upper emergency. Okay. But uko mimi budget no ma the chieftaincy aspect of it. And nothing at 2024 out of 515 no maybe so almost yanya sika. But yanya sika but look at sika ye dissolve boku case. Look at sika ye dissolve look at the number of curfews. Unim sika national security edi ko. But bia ahinsem no bano. And a national security or mine prioritize the funding aspect of it. And kasika kit and the judicial committee am mark and okra enya nanka ye for so am we emma. Okay. And it's a one tria to krokitwa. One tria portula. One tria ubegu ubeye bridge bia and that is where we are.
I see. Ti de sisi ano eden na ubeye aboa wo mo amaye hu se ye make progress and say because who can work as a for so sign be can
many
into for the
and many European Union share.
Okay.
The many donor teams ni share say me mo hu say ehia say ya hinsem no one ye pisika ye de be established lines of succession.
Okay.
Established lines of succession is say ye be akonwa bia family tree.
Okay.
Bia despite group of companies omo man henene or no abusuan we mu no free sa akonwa na abusuan we need say we no a we ba we no a we ba we into your family trees na send the uko
to say that you be documented
because
any family
it will be investigated, documented and gazetted
as enkrata ni ho no ntina
and na make us say it will be investigated, documented and gazetted.
Okay. Ban so I can say hey ya ban so den ho for
it is the responsibility of government. Yeah, una wo kwa ko kire wo mu.
Okay.
Wo kwa ko interview mu. No much was say ya hindie no efie wi na yidi.
Okay.
So we ba na yidi ye free hand buy. You trace it from their history.
Okay.
That is why when you go I don't know ye oko English my man ye ti we yenim say we ni wa we any baby ade.
And that's can Charles in wa yenim say really wo really ni wa yenim say really ba
ukra unte unka omo ho
enso minimum
enti say Ghana say amene wotie obi wo abrichira akonwa bi wo ho a ye pe obi amana di kro obi ampe afi de wotiwa na galansefo yakopie wo na yakase agudie bi pa ehye asase we ase obe hu ana boga be free lending na waba o say mi na naka kire mi say hana me free
yes but no so omo how
na naka kire mi say hana me free na waba o say family no eye weaker ana say crew no mu eye weaker obe hu ana wafa who are the kingmakers be hu ana wa sha rapport sana obe hu ana utu ana na ima aga say akonwa no bofa na edi Obrakwa munum se onfa ena se wudi akonwa mani pasa na onfiri wa onti sa kro ni yedie enna na kuma so he's not passionate for the development of the place into obehu ana ahinsem these are some of the things into establishing lines of successions no adea eda yakuma so a we must do it ena there are two development partners nanim omunya bi maya fine omwanya bi amaya ya nkasa within ourselves how best can we do it enye say yentimi wie ni nyina this year akra na we must begin near tosum years
but enter 4 years ni nu de na mo atimi aye succession documented succession plan on say ye wo about 323 paramounts traditional council no and aban no so establish about 90 something 90 or so e kan ho okay
and o establish here no so
aban establish paramounts
traditional councils
okay
or LGBT traditional councils be about 90
okay
na nipa as of form no mo koye adwuma wo no wan fa wo so they were not operationalized into the operationalizing all the no kan wa ye kika ko about 400 traditional councils.
Okay.
And a traditional council bia no so ye woni staff be no less than 5.
Okay.
Mo ye adwuma. So chieftaincy institution no nye ade a eye ade kitwa. And a ye nyai ma obi akeke. E wo say ye ma ye ne ko ho as a national security
Okay.
Nti wa we nyina wie no ade a e wo say ehia say ye pa apart from the line of succession, apart from enhancing the judicial committee no. Unse lawyer for na omubua judicial committees no e traditional regional houses of chiefs no. Omu ne omu classmates omu wie law school no. Omu ye adwuma wa attorney general no. Omu conditions of service no e ye chieftaincy de no.
Oh.
Enti ama
AG officer ono na ketua ne ho nsem ne ye.
Yes.
But a traditional council be say traditional council a judicial secretary judicial desa enko.
Oh. Enye traditional council lawyer na
lawyer for the
legal omu legal councils omu lawyers omu support to judicial committee members ni nye lawyers.
Okay.
Bia akonyaman so bia ba mo be di akonwa no asem no na saa ohene na owan na ono akofa lawyer ohwe a o si akoya tonelita so be di amame enti tonelita na e ba be lawyer no na bia lawyer bia ono wo saa regional house of chiefs
no bia wo one lawyer
bia ono krampo no ne anopa na ne ba han school fees enti oba na mo ka asem na o articles na school fees no so ringi onya sunye en concentrate to little brof so e was say we attentive na bibia no a wotie ne brof no na wa respond
o put it
to you no so wo dwene school fees. How would you answer? Enti omu conditions of service no e critical thing say ewe.
Okay.
And they are just 16 or 17.
Okay.
Every regional house of chiefs over one.
Bako.
Enti either we improve their conditions of service and now say ye bema ye ne attorney general na kasa na wama some of the lawyers on secondment.
Okay.
Na just some conditions of service no enti eno wo ha me ne menua attorney general so
di
unko but this we consult two houses of chiefs no bia
omo yo okay
uye we nyina akoma pa ne adwen pa na odi yoba bia na nanu mo adwen so omo fi say you are interfering. And nanu mo ade omo chiri pa ya interference. Omo and control. Omo mpe.
Okay.
And that is another a year year.
Okay.
Another also started 6 regional houses of chiefs.
Okay.
Na all see.
Me suppose say a new 6 regions nearby.
In the new 6 regions.
Okay.
Na started October 2024.
Oh, just last year.
3 months. And na baku biya over 30 million Ghana cedis. Inte nunko ano ye dika almost 170 million.
Oh, okay.
Before we can complete them.
Okay.
And na omwa just about 10%. Inte enonso ye adia ese ye wi emom. So our chieftaincy budget no. This year we budgeted for 24 million. On the continuation of those things because you say you ntimi wi ni nyina this year.
Okay.
We year no so free wa nananom tumi a na omuwo Supreme Court free omunsem ama nananom aye powerless e wo kwan bi so
tumi a na omode ye den
on say si ye frɛ wa himfia wa nkwa
okay
wati amra
okay
and Supreme Court ye frɛ wa himfia opa na woko
okay
nti ama nananom power na tumi na omuwo no Krachisem from so what we think that we must do, your culture no is built on our chieftaincy. Ye titini nyina no, ye kuntoka ye se ni nyina no, ahimfu ya na ne the commander in chiefs of the traditional military, omoni asafonom. Ekun ya beji bebi a titi edimae. So ene untimi nji sa atumi no mfiri omunsem on the basis of law maninye.
Okay.
Na amanyofo no yesu ye ni ye nti na mana ye suro.
Na na no che to me.
Me ka say me wo parliament na samra no ba ho say ye nti sa. Yeah na one clause. Na ka say be put question na mayaka those in favor say na ya ka I. E ho na obi sorry jom say ai. Ye be ko campaign na wo full platform na wa hwe ye na wa no pa na ye si ehene frɛ obi na mahene nso wo party A na wo party B wako full platform aka say bi na asem no ko twina na te yanfie no frɛ wa wo be re na wonko go wanko a wate amra nti yanyai eno na obi twi ya nyisi so na ye suspend this amra na be pimbe
na money da ho na mu ye bi amobo apa
naturally ya nti wo so e be de na wako na
na so
na wako ka asem a wa no bepa so clearly en sesen ka ye di ye ho
e for mo
and sesen na nanom nso edi omu ho e for amanyosem
mo ha wo mo
na saa de no
campaign bra na o se me ni me man for e beto ama ye tie chess na ukokromoti ba
na wana akwa anyimfia lusuda ya odi opa akoteo uko na si o wa na uko be wini odi o wi a opa ateo na unua akokọ nso mra o si o wa na uko odi opa mmienu mu nteo na chire nso mra o si o wa na uko na nanom de omutumo obia
be ko
odi akwa anyimfia o wini na anyimfia nso unko kwa
ni afọ no nso ho
wa nwura ho nso a yesi yetia we hunu da o ma
okay
Inti what
say time next one
we have to restore that power. So to me section 63D of the Chieftaincy Act no. E was say yes is
what be ube shama
ya dia me nananom ebe eda omakuma so na aban a ubetimi aya de na ama nananom no. Wa nkasa wani beji
when you bet you said the general any budget yen call local government this if we achew na no 26 March and amode 8 regions and no crime say 71 out of them MMDCE
so far 72
na ba
so far and then one here 56 to 60 beba
and maybe beba
nyame aduma
okay inti regions be na beba
na next week na 3 regions na akanaba
okay inti there was 7 regions and now the 3 regions
Ashanti Greater Eastern enneso na eno no ehun adwuma enna form but so for my Ashanti region
okay
and omo no do so pa
okay
na Eastern region
beba enedi
Eastern region so mbe wi nde na ka Greater Accra next week no more we na eno ano
nti ene 3 na eba regions
and there 5 regions na eba
5
and the Central region, Upper West, Upper East, Northern region and Western region.
Okay.
Na namba kumba bi ekikem.
Ti say regions na abada da na bi kikem na.
Unse na regions na eba 8 regions na nke say 78 by 72 na buy.
Okay.
Enti emu 6 na aka no ebi beba.
Okay.
Na
ye den na bi kem. Ade ho na contention.
President is the commander in chief of the Ghana Armed Forces.
Okay.
Committee ye na adwuma de commander e was say onu nso odi to ono TT form.
Oh, I see.
Enti okofa say we obe clear ni nyama and the uncertified committee we no uncertified ya won't member.
I see. Enti ene 5 regions beba next week na 3
na 3 na ba na no ano.
Ade na mobubu no tot sa.
There be na say ya 250 na electoral commission kro we ye to aba obo ni nyina one day. Obobi no abobi oh by ye to aba no 7th by 9th na wa boy we.
Oh, so onya asen when an insect
exactly and as ade no so sa na ade process are you cool we mo onim say mo ye endorsement
omo ye endorsement me hu si atwitwa obi I say wa ko supported wan ko supported chairman wa ko support obi for me hu crash bi as that stretcher so say atwitwa
na the whole Ghana and yes aduma we nyina so far on say onti bebre okro mo nim say ye de bidi no bi atudwa na ye endorsement ikura.
Okay.
This has been the quickest and the smoothest in terms of DCE's appointment. It been see that.
Wow.
In 2021 September in 2017 April
Oh, I see.
I'm telling you.
I see.
Into we are the fastest so far. We President Betana Kunyaso within 14 days now forming the cabinet. Within 1 month now we cancel of state elections. Within 2 months now obubo ni DCs din. By 3.5 months now we.
Okay.
And by the first week in by second week in April, I end this week.
No, okay, second week. This is the first week of April.
First week no ending there.
Okay.
The second week in this week now we.
Oh, okay.
And now me know Ashanti region on my way, Eastern region on my way, Intaka Greater Accra. and a greater Accra Monday to Wednesday.
We the vetting no.
Yeah, we vetting no the report or
why report. The vetting? Because they may care about MMDCE here just here to almost aba, but this vetting no a more style a more diaba na.
Oh na, we are every year be omoye.
Oh sir.
Oh every 4 years be abambia ye vetting.
Okay.
But this particular one
but any vetting na constitution na actually.
Oh,
okay.
Constitution no ma ye kwan say yenye say adwuma no kura. A president and no executive authority or the article 2431 ISO appointing the DCs. But that executive authority no the amame as local government minister.
Okay.
Say Ming Buano no yenye say adwuma.
Okay.
And ya a party and a di uko campaign. Une nipa ene koye adwuma no. Nti ubetna na ka say the executive delegated executive authority amawa. Na wakotna afi na ka say me ko school no yakura no ye madam for pa nti ya obedi DC. Both me ba parliament wa bo ami pa oso be DC.
Oh but early 2000s no. Early 2000s no person DC no wa bankan. O ba ko wa ade be chese ya bo you honorable so dina obi ebose.
The president does that in consultation with opinion leaders and traditional authority.
Okay.
And consultation na or the delegated executive authority na ma me say minya no. Min try ya wana etachuma yese ni DC wana sunya yese ni DC ya wa obet
me kwa me interest na Ashanti region ne wo na nya bunu na abunu east
also wo interest
me wo interest na Ashanti region
na wo interest na nka me wo interest a and say nka ye kokukwa unim say ye party baby antoka wo pa no ubeko no na party chairman no ne yire ne manyina bia ye police station executives.
Oh really?
What antoka no ya na ntoka free no.
Okay.
Ubeko ade say branch no obi ni ne yere no mbie no obi a executive member
e na ne ma
o form nti mu be ye omunyina ye delegates nti ubeti yesi o wa change abon no abon bia change ye
o de penyan sa
sesa nti netre say utiminya abusua abon no sa netre say wo ko primaries na say oko eno na ya ndi ntokaba ndu pese uji yi say no manu free wa ma perpere ye nya adwuma utremu fine nti ye ma regional executives no ye vetting
okay
na mu ye vetting no na tension e wo man no no na aye hu nti as a minister tums na there we made aso ano uko baby to say voter region ubeko one district nipa 41 na applies obi apese oye DC
wow
one district na say oyi baako ubeko baby kintampo nipa 23 na pese oye DC ubeko baby nipa 11 nti ya how will you consult to know the best nti eba sa na ka say region for no nyi 3 mra nti omudi 3 no buy no na tension wo
okay
na vetting na omoye no ya man national for ankotrem.
Oh.
Okay. Enti na ma regional ye ko primaries. Wo regional chairman wo ye campaign tia no. Oti wo na regional vetting chairman. Na wo wasa do people abase wo be pay this year. So no be help no wa on say we disqualify before the questions.
That's true.
Enti now we wanted to cure that and no na ya the national rep ekodinam.
Okay.
So the be a regional chairman bia ntimi buli obi ase wo ye campaign tia no. Ba we no ya omo anye ni sa.
Okay.
Nti na ma binu minim say me ye campaign tia chairman no ye msa. Nti na people somewhere aggrieved. And I did 3 no ma global info analytics say on Quran na on the suitability of those 333.
Okay.
And okwa obisa MPP bisa NDC e bisa opinion leaders. And some na ye ma BNI nso e Quran independent investigation opinion global ye ni de
BNI so ye BNI de say na nkomo be ye dada anyway
na say BNI nim say global ye no ya ma obi anti it was a very solid work done.
Okay.
And some ye di kan regional executives na regional executives for the mumra ye den na we who can say we na ye first we ye second we ye third mumfa mo massa mo interview mass no mra.
Okay.
Eno ne ma ye form national vetting committee say be ya o meji training na no mo ahwe and a national vetting committee no needed to be men and women of substance.
I see.
Omo yes as you don't get here this vetting committee ni fourth time awo ye ni Collins that waye bida Cletus Africa waye bida and they di Dr. Valerie Soya former deputy chief of staff. And on also or presidential advisor on governance. Very expert. Lawyer ni mapa. And sana ye di gender minister Dr. Namu Mulate. On also why Nala general secretary da.
Okay.
And why presiding member. Assemblyman presiding member, assemblywoman presiding member.
We your mom can assemblyman oba no. O ti assemblyman oba no.
And I said that it na intended CDI oba. Okay. And this is a 7-member committee. And Sana Collins Dauda was DMP 32 years in 33 years no dikui. Alaji ni 8th term ni and we are now 36 years as MP Ghana have been seen
beautiful into your change speaker
for 7 years
okay 7 terms
and I Collins here echo
8 terms
and the Collins are breaking record no
and Mugabe papa
but speaker there is supposed to a parliament be we that what the ranking member the chairman the backbencher the minority leader the majority leader a deputy, second deputy speaker, a speaker, speaker for the second time.
Okay.
Deputy speaker for 4 years. Until on no records no, unbeatable. But uba ordinary MPR wako acha Alhaji Honorable Alhaji Collins Dauda.
Oh, the irony of it. Oh, the Ahmed Ibrahim, we a Christian. Or no, the Collins or a Muslim.
So out there. Now, or Muslim or your National Hajj Committee board chairman. Or no so na wati Hajj fair no so.
I see. Hey, oh shine off a one or pay dear. It's my vetting.
Now that minister here me the no coach me like also what the local government minister now. And the chief of staff also the local government minister.
Yes.
Enti ama Callisto's mama on also head of local government service da. Enti me sector no me wo professionals are guide me. Enti we share this particular one.
Na ye ntin tokwasem bia.
Ntoka bia nsi. Na the day wo mu ni say your first time e ba na wanya being part of the three. Just say odin kan royal family no, party slate no.
Okay.
Enti you can be MP, you can be a minister because once they are watching me akwa ba be drew on the it is end they wako African Afcona wa bo once mu drew baby esi money zone go be obese bia sika down but group stages ni dia sika bia now
now why you don't want some first term ni no say when say second term is not promised
na once been mo cross start here the comeback of President Mama
Petra put the NBA but your constitution does not allow that to
but what
man said that mo go party etimo ana
me say what
mente
na Lula da Silva of Brazil. Also send your boy Juma no ntina mo mfo fa no ba.
But constitution ni ye de ye dane.
There be me say ne constitution asem na ye kan. Me say ni modern monti.
Ye ni problem but ye papa mama say ye fa
na onya de anka me ka say ye fa no mra.
E there be say ye fa constitution ni ma kan.
E drew 2023 na Ghana for bomb say 2024 mra.
I see.
Wa kan okre.
Minim ni awo.
Na Ghana for pentem ato aba no. Ama obi afiri so akọ.
Enye normal say 4 years ba be so tie ni. Obi akupen kokromoti ato ho twen.
Enye normal. Na ma 20 ama mo funu Ghana for 20 the last 4 years.
Enu ye wo na wo kan.
Oh, yeah. There was some MPP for kra no mo pentem akọ. Na because na
catch out some pentem.
Because na bi mu timi ba me wo. Na mu de na mu pa kire.
Asem we ubeka won amanfo we yes me catch you say ene fubra sesi abeka san me si mi modi bi kra wo boa so obia me hu
na obia oboa wo no the politics no it is a military war.
Okay,
you don't expose all your arsenals.
Okay,
and informants your informants will have omo information be more the moment you expose them na say hokwana si. Okay,
now so mo opposite side.
Na sanity. Na yanka obe da campaign.
Okay.
E wo say unya obi a omo hia no obi na de na ede wom. O say alarm e free game no mo no. Na man microphone no omo mpa e boa no say o yenje free na mbo nyina. Because na mu dia wo ye ni a ye nyina ye nko. In the politics, no, you have to manage it well. And a drew baby a man can say to me no want in the open obey.
Okay.
To me no horse out. The power is to the people.
Power to the people. Na manyo fomu ni say power no o man for ne.
Oh na ya name.
Ti adenti na ya na moye mo ade ti say the power no mo botomu na hye.
When I can say she botom.
Sa na ya mo ma ye.
Obia MPP and this obia ntumi kan say asem no. Abia abato akokromoti na Dubai. Okay. Akokromoti betumi san de wako.
After yanko sanitation, Matisa Opesa Sunday, first Saturday of the month, National Sanitation Day, we say cleaning and I say, SCC than a sign eba, and 170. Yeah, mammy, that was in a quanya with their mammy. So I can't dear, and I feel I drew me. I feel I drew the Cathedral. I feel I drew dear. Do I count dear? I feel I drew me dear. So, Nanga question with my answer, and then they walk exams are. Wakwanto no
wakwanto akwa bi oze me hwe question 1 no na minute me 2 minute me 3 minute me ade no so 5 e was answer 3 na say 4 5 6 na compulsory so onya ready yen so compulsory
ti obede aye
asem no ye the National Sanitation Day.
Okay.
Now hwe yen sanitation issues na on say anopai na media for no bi o mo say Minister for Local Government say the Zoom Lionka.
Yes,
for the past 2 years. There's a sanitation na ginsem. Until na abanda dano. Na akwese people think the sanitation one there you can just ignore that part and do other things. And no nam so for the past 2 years na Zoom Lion why na yentua omuka.
Okay.
And there no na is a chrome kra na chrome aye fin more.
Okay.
So as far back as 2024 no na cholera atiasi o mine no. And the minister for me minister for health I can no oba o say minister cholera no fin na edibo and I'm say fin na ediba but I'm say ya to vaccine a chance sanitation. And mama yen prioritize the sanitation aspect.
Okay.
Na yenhwe there were so many environmental service providers in this country. But I'm saying, Bibri, I drink could see Zoom Lions, Zoom Lions, and yes, Zoom Lion one sanitation. Ya chiche o minum, ubia won the jurisdictional area.
Okay.
On all pretty well. But because he is the biggest with the infrastructure and anything, the Bibin Koya is you Zoom Lion. And am I a culture of hygiene no crampono? I say, Obia no munsio, instead say, or the beshe na yimoko, that's me now the other. Or Zoom Lion, my infant to a Zoom Lion for Befa.
Yeah.
And ama ye littering in such a way that we shouldn't have done.
Okay.
And now, Udia no tua, and no nema cholera no bar 58 districts. Nepa 49 anyway. Nepa 581 nyaum. But we can't keep on buying medicine. Until the car say yeah, say. Adentina yen san kofa Honorable Julius D. Bratam as Minister for Local Government with President Mama as President of the Republic. Omwa de bia no mo kan say National Sanitation Day. Yeah, the first Saturday of every month.
Okay.
Now yeah, emergency evacuation. Emergency evacuation is a baby a ball plastic waste, chew gutters, desilting, nickel, ebeye ni na everywhere. Now yeah, they are called waste recycling plants. No omwa kwa segregate. Are recycled. Insuo no twa efia every ball anom ko insuo aye numu the ball pipe na ba ofie ho no sa pipe na plastic pipe na insuo no famu no se bia na emu apai insuo ato ball bia ajanam bia kan yeto ago insuo no sania na ba be kan se na wo no ma you would think say insuo no once a free pipe no mo there is a hygienic water. Okay. We don't know say biana BBC ababewram. So the earlier we did that in the better is the quickest way of fighting the cholera. In the sanitation no the health aspect of it and I say and beyond the health aspect no ya nyina yetu kwan uko ebi num kro bia ko Rwanda boss yo mi ko Rwanda a hot kro no tipa kro no very clean Rwanda for na ye okay and this upper say Ghana tia ye me no Ghana for na was ye so it will boost tourism the whole world na me ka world parliament o yanko Geneva na e pese ye ba Africa ha Rwanda na ye ko
I see.
Simply because Rwanda are building infrastructure why designing chrono just to attract tourism.
Okay.
And say pese ye boa miami nuaba abla jifa gumashi na the tourism sector no etimi koswa. E was say ye nso ye part of sanitation no yetimi eye that cleaning aspect.
Okay.
And we will partner with the Minister for Tourism. Now you partner with the Minister for National Security and Minister for Interior. Because as security agencies no on the National Sanitation Day. Also almost omoboa. Now
na said ye pese cleaning no kromu tie no eye ade ese ye no monthly ana se ye no debia ade.
Ye be ye no monthly for the emergency evacuation.
Okay.
Na debia ade no ye be ma mansene bia afa what we call the sanitation gas. Aye sama.
Okay.
Mansene bia befa bia 10
yes,
20
depending.
Correct.
Okay.
Nanka eka omampenye promises no. But because of the budgeting constraint, your budget is 77 million Ghana cedis for it for the year. But your Minister for Finance can no ka said the be ya yen twinko enim. Inti yema manse no and start. They will start in the casual way. Now you hold the correct people are your pese your foul.
Okay.
On bit me aye.
Inti manse bia befa ensamansama nipa say.
Afena no mess no. I'm here to invite them to Accra. Inti the regional ministers no ba. Also, SME provided a formula for the disbursement of a formula for the usage of the disassembly common fund.
Okay.
Now, a many minister for finance ne was a year. Now, me person met now. Oh, when she municipal musika no mun use 20% for this, mun use 10%. I want to invite the regional ministers, the district finance officers no mubi. Na me ni omushia. A DM pa na osha mota yusu musika no ewon so that they will also guide me with that knowledge. And sana inti me di sa figures no kwa na anko resist anko ye ade bia e bia be bia no mo won oba Greater Accra their major challenge is sanitation. And yes school down basi uko Kumasi Cape Coast their major challenges are sanitation. Inti the things are not the same. Inti e was say u share o no consult o. Decentralization is about consultation. In the meantime, the Minister for Finance and question them, na yan church figures be. Mo guidelines ne musika na say mo use ni say. There be we need to consult the regional ministers and the regions, the district finance officers, or planning officers as well.
Na mo fa DC and MMM.
This is no enyama at post while we are aware.
Yeah.
But omo use assembly sika na budget officers, planning officers, finance officers and coordinating directors. But when you're planning officer no kurampona, he will be able to guide you. And the finance officers now they be on a year or 2 and why you manache. Into bar almost frequently utilize or line of expenditure. They will be able to tell you. Next in allocating major challenges.
Okay.
Much as Accra major challenges air sanitation. Uko baby to say bana teacher accommodation. And you have to do the thing in a balancing way. Okay. Now on trial na ka say musika no mo use 40% on education.
But crying na why I dey when because abanda dan ma dey ba ko na ha DC for no nti say dan kra na esi a DC for no nkɔhwɛ efise so yetin crying the contract na ma won crying. Nti me DC no kra minim ho hwe ball e waka che so enye Zoom Lion ko abati enim say almost all the assemblies Zoom Lion ni omo contract that they say so mo cleaning markets no e ma omo ni mpokro mu ni ade. Ti mo sin be ma another contract na mo
some, not almost or by some assemblies no in Zoom Lion.
Okay.
Yeah, well, now no many environmental service providers no din komo. And obi ka kire me say uko Canada no in Zoom Lion jurisdiction. And yeah, ono ne jurisdiction. And I'm say,
okay.
Now we are okay wa magana for ate. The Ghana for any mini Zoom Lion. Into me bana Canada ye fia Zoom Lion on
Zoom for no mama.
Also Zoom Lion there ono wo Jamestown. Into me wo Canada and we wo hano. I'm say Emma obia area of jurisdiction. Na se bibi anku ya. Then we know who to hold responsible.
But Zoom Lion has a chunk of it.
Ono na ye the biggest. Ono the president of the environmental service providers.
Okay.
Because ono wo presence in almost like send ya uko regional capital bia or waste recycling plant in almost all the 16 regions.
Okay.
Uko Sunyano will be, Gosu will be, so you also will be, Tamale will be, Takoradi will be, Cape Coast will be. But no other interfere na Korea for any other players no. Obia France for AFD before ni European Union obi apese oba na obeyebi.
Okay.
But ye nyanye eno yeah the National Sanitation Day. So what are we doing? Eno na maka achiro.
Okay. Into what launching in that ben?
Ye be launch nanke was say ye launching on 2nd April. Nanka ye no 5th April.
Oh, kwada.
Kande ene ochina ananke ye National Sanitation Day. Ana president can say there be. Yemfa mbe no enye da robo.
Okay.
Na yemfa nye approval of MMDCEs.
Okay.
Na opese ye the National Sanitation League. Na yema Sanitation Award.
Oh, okay.
Na di obewe nonso no waje ni punishment. Enti yenye equal playing field for all of them.
Okay.
Enti wa obewe no na chese wawe.
Okay.
Owe nso a ehun so ewo.
Onama na ye body waji. Onabo wire.
Ye beja wo na onamo.
Ye owi aye yiwedi.
Ye yiwedi.
Oh, I see.
Cathedral o nti unya kwankra na wako nanti o. Yesi we ne ko mi mpese ebe ya ontimi modi.
Se mi nye.
Kami ya ka se ya kuna mano ko ye DC ya. Want mi anje sanitation na
ye yiwedi.
O debi.
Na lewe about honorable one worry.
Na wa onye kra ya eno nti this year u yire nim se u ya ebe yiwedi no wa ya uda okra na o yire pragotem.
Ufiefu mpese wadwuma bebo.
Wa pra ye yi ni kura bi.
Nti assetes no ye month be mu ne ye be launch.
Sanitation nanka the National Sanitation Day will be on 3rd May.
3rd May.
May 3rd.
May 3rd dey na ya share.
Na DC for na aba post na ya share.
Okay.
Na ye be ye the robon so will come here. Na ye be stress Mobile some subsidized adverts in almost all the media stations.
So they will be sending you can see and find child the anke subsidized adverts. They may sure send your company be.
And the mobile some subsidized adverts.
Okay.
Now more creative some segment bia mbebo €100 was a percent pa bibre eti.
Okay.
Nti ye be call asora no na ye ne omunso aka. Na ye ne imam for ne for no so Fridays. SDA for Saturdays, other Orthodox churches no so Sunday. Into your mantle pulpit no every region, every district, every. Na ye no mwaka. We go to ahimfo no. My palaces no. Ebe kwa ahimfie na ye ahimfo no aka. Se be ya saade no ombe amaya.
Me necessarily ne kan papers ni mu no. Yesa waka say the Zoom lion card nanso omunso concerns ni say omuntua prapra for ne kai.
Na ya for me buy we ochro come chief of staff and or refer ma'am.
Okay.
Ochro kratas no those things come chief of staff and or refer chief of staff refer ma'am say me hwehwem na me hu kwan e be fa so. No kwasem ni onu say ya can you imagine Ghana with a Zoom lion at this time? Nyensem ni nyina na ye kan sa o.
Okay.
On the President Kufuor and the Zoom lion buy.
Okay.
And it helped at that time. So one farm and no jaya. You could have imagined our sanitation situation.
Yeah, no correct. Of course, I'm one boy and be catch us. Me na me hunu na me say bra.
And the state uko me to kwan kakra because of the World Parliament and me.
Oh, great.
Omodi ye call the exterior part of the other.
The Mubeka hinterlands.
The hinterlands of the other countries.
Okay.
And then we call Indonesia, Jakarta. Moko do Jakarta. Afena mube kwa ko sheto group in Bali. Now how they are improving upon their tourism. Meaning a proper sanitation and proper clean their beaches and all those kind. You perceive how they are building it.
Okay.
And Ghana no people love Ghana. Indeed the better sanitation ye be no ebema tourists be bree aba. Inti ancestral sanitation ye jajamo. But Ghana, the whole Africa, Maya ever sanitation infrastructure Ghana.
Wow.
We have it more than any other country.
And so you create mu ye fin say.
For 2 years now, Nepa won triane yen trias lion ka ono so tria na dwuma ye fo no ka.
Okay.
Enti ama fini de adokroye. So yes omunyina ye frɛ wo mu. Ye frɛ zum lion e kan ye challenges ono so kan challenges. And truly a businessman bia or the bank bossa na ye adwuma. On the people think that zum lion they always cause lion so bobozian obi abobozian. Exactly. Ena minim normal no bi. Unze me kan asem na ya na me pese meka na o maka akwa akwaje no kre wo mu no meka do can they could do baby you aren't na o can say na aren't na main can say na no kre na
ebi so ye wa sorry ba nsuntia
enye no nko na ye me ma sorry ba sorry ba so anye bibia me meka and ono ankasa nim say there are certain facts me tuition Cathedral
ba ko ha o manfo ni say omutua ka say 600 a ene kra de minim ni o mo
enye zum lion etua sa aka no
sa ban tua 600
ene ye minister of youth and sport and sa no ma no na meka say
for ni ese no mate
eno ye
management fee
eno ye
enti de be call clean and nsem no 200 and something
that question no fa unfidi na ko minister of youth and sports na ko bisa why ye for no o mo ana o mo fa o mo ana Lion is just managing them, but the actual numbers, the actual conditions, the actual you go to YE and you get it. Sana me pese ye tackle. We
know the actual numbers. Ye nim figures in say at least manase nhwehwe mu no.
Say one form.
So why ye ne form kra? Ye why ye be ma ya tia say ye tua sika ne ma company na omo efa sa nipa ne omo ye adwuma because enya why na ebe sa sika no.
And let me tell you, yeah family ye as a ministry, yeah approve this assembly common fund na ya tro why ye and the sa sika na ye transfer edikoma national youth authority say mun daily with those and tuan koma zum la yo intra make us a mun fa mafidi na mun ko why
and then na why no so sabre na honorable Vincent ono incredibility said they were like there be sika ye tia no ama asefo unia otafo na Kofi Japan so ye head of why one and
na me wo position na Vincent asefo a o kana se mo no the normal be kire me
but am raise concerns inti ye me wan kakra because the concern am raise e man look as if say enye omo na omo atena sika ne so na they were not even in favor of it and they were zoom line etia omo peanuts
why ye de no krampo na me ka say 1.2 billion no inti the details and those things will come out. But I'm telling you, say, for the past 2 years,
1.2 billion a year,
the content no, but it's a figure near 1.23 something. But the actual lines of expenditure, no me out.
Okay.
Okay. But honestly speaking, sanitation cost and sanitation expenditure na adia ese yenyi na raise concern. Na ehwem na enkwese sika na otua without any work being done. But unza wankaza ukaza the kroma ifinti there's work to be done. So work to be done will be at a cost. So cost no hwana betua. Enti sa no one na epese yehwehwe mu na yeka. Na enkwese de bia ye can try me one days we know say adwuma wo ha e wo say ye. Ena the entire me can 1.2 billion. Say there na 1.2 billion. Abanso the ECG funds almost cost say 68 billion.
I see.
And no na ma me ko kan 1.2 say me de no kura sa. Sanitation there na 1.2 no sa. Cocoa board there be on cantable ECG.
Na just wo ka egu. O enu de say nya asem that after mampani be my State of the Nation address obobo so kire.
Obobo so by the sanitation there say one
can I see. But say unim say Ghana for bi so e wo timo process sanitation no so why corruption avenue kese pa ema amanyofo ne osoafo aya owo nti me mu di me si osoafo aya owo ahye ye kro ona owo 4 in 1 in a 3 in 1 local government I want say edu be near Ministry of Sanitation
let me tell you
na no nsem bi ni ade nti wo parliament na san nsem ni si
adwuma e was no more ye no the mass sanitation no sa aska sem no e buy na ye garret just azum lion there ya
general one no
general sanitation there okay
but it was so great the improvement project
garret garret ne ye kole clote achimota abo edison ufa achimota abo for ko Accra Academy say drink ese bi wo makata so Accra Academy ne mo hona kandesi ono nsa adre no e besi nti nsuo to na ye ma eno na ya egu kandesi ho a eno ho afla
nti any sanitation wo twaka
eno ye sanitation no mo ka se ye mfa sa sanitation sika no anda ye ma Mrs. Cecilia Dapa
Media mamu obi edi. Na dia me
sanitation is like
Ghana for sanitation hono.
Corrupt. Sanitation minister. Nam so Ghana for ye ba. No say ye can me see me ka kodru ese me body.
Okay. Ebi onu ne dia no na abeye de debate before
na ne dia no ba ya nka wate. On ne dia ne ba ya na obi a person ko sanitation minister.
Oh, tina ko fire wa de pe ho pa.
Basa. Na me ka me nua ba bi onu ko ho ayeyi no. Afi aka me be ho adwuma na no mo yi mi no.
Adwuma dia corruption adwuma no.
Afi aka sanitation no tumusi me afi ama ho adwuma na no mo yi mi no. So e ya nye lucky. Me nua ba ko e. Na ya
esa na ma ya adwuma so.
Nti enu ne ma eni ba ho. Nti wo hwe ya World Bank ma $200 million.
Okay.
Say yem fanye sa sanitation facilities no. Sanitation together with works and housing. In this no much component 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
In this $200 million no. And abanda da nka say odiemu $65 million. Ekun COVID. Inti na aka $135 million. And no na the years national sanitation issues no. Enti enumu na ye maame sisi da pansem no buy enti na ma obie ni akose sanitation ho no SSK wo ho pa it's in dollars. Yeah, it was in dollars because na ye World Bank funded enti it happened in 2020 enti na enu so eni abato no so akwa.
Okay.
Enti enu free ho no sa adwuma no omu anye se de ese no omu ye no. And no Musa 2024 year koto abanso Musa kofa another $150 million. Okay. The bar say yes fanko two that saying got us. But we spend $200 million on this thing. At the international parliament yes fanko approve $150 million on this. And we yenye. And the why ye can ye no and no nam so sa issue no so.
Okay.
And it's not like say obi obeko sanitation bia na je say
Koko okoti koko.
And as ya fia udukro we ne ka yedi. Sika no bi da ho na ho ka se okwa akonya bi. Eno na nam so ameka se da bi. E ho no kura mpo ya ba no kura mpo kada ho dada wo.
Okay.
And my budget for national sanitation day no 5 million Ghana cedis
for the whole year.
For the whole year.
For the month.
Exactly. And my budget for capital expenditure on sanitation 17.5 million.
Okay.
In the sanitation budget na nkasa 5 plus 17 ya 20 million. Na only abema wo koye corruption wife.
Sir, nti unya bi ni wo baby a.
Now 20 million wo di ko Brazil kran fan koye he.
Mi frewada. Me dey 20 million koye he o Brazil. Kamedia me ni wo wie na so ahwe for 1 or 2 questions bisa. Krachi wo si wo banda, wo si ada na mo amfa DC na mfiri banda nkese so wo ka bi na mo fa banda ni se DC.
Banda ni na fa no DC.
Oh Brian ye wo si banda ni no mo fa.
O si kaze of banda bonga si dongi Peter.
Okay. Okay, any bra you are answered. Why? You are sorted the ma meka DC na semu bi. Anasi fufuo semi musa o say drip. They should assembly improvement program no. A collapse ana.
There be honorable Nilante Vanapoy and I you know national drip coordinator.
Oh. Okay.
The former chief director and MP for Biakuye and I you know deputy drip coordinator.
Okay.
Enti onza ono minister chief director for roads and highways.
Okay.
Ono na oba be Nilante deputy. And a drip no ye wo drip secretariat wa omo. But what we are saying is say yemfa drip sika no nto Accra. Enka say meme ti Accra as minister for local government na metua mema Nilante no sika no motua drip no say. Ye di this assembly common fan no e koma DCE na owo impeso aso ho no. Na drip machines no ne drip operators no a omo ye adwuma on impeso aso ho no. Omo ye adwuma na omo tua omuka e wo omo impeso aso ho no.
Okay.
Until we are not centralizing the whole thing.
Okay.
Nasa yanka onu abema nkambe wo.
Great.
261 districts. Nenka say yefasika ni na mbra akra nkotua ma. And the sika no ko.
Okay.
So we are sending 88.4% of the DACF.
Okay.
E di koma DCE no. Oni
Kobi GH say papa we dey me done pa me twen da nyame beboa me hia no. Na password nso aba wo emso wo constituency wo say banaboase. adan na mama DC na free banaboase
say me o visa question na me nim say sa na
okay banaboase enke say DC ni free ho no
bana DC no nipa 7 na contest here
okay
7 na contest here na 7 a omunyina ye mempanyimfo
ompanyimfo say
on say nipa o maami nipa oboa me pa a oye former DC o contest bi
oh okay
nipa na nipa oye me deputy secretary ono so contest bi
okay
nipa banaboase de no oye me makonta o ware me nuaba
wow
oye constituency treasurer
okay do you qualify you know
ono so da bi ndie ofri banaboase no
okay
ono so assemblyman 2 terms
out of 7 no
out of 7 oye me nuaba o ware me nuaba na say asanka me wotumi anke no say me nuaba kuno na ye DC ba nipa omudi man no ono so assembly member for 3 terms
okay
ono so na ye ono so akọ 3 terms boase ni na akọ 2 terms na ono so na ye national constituency communication officer na opinion pool a ekọ Musa Danko akoye no only di first
oh okay
BNI nso koye report only di first
okay
regional vet koye only di first
okay
national vet obaye only di first yeah to be honest as an elder of the church you must listen to the voice of the people you don't just go say makunta wom akunta obedi this no oh then you don't
have friend say
you don't do that
woman era ho ade on sinti unnim say nsamansama afọ no omo wo ho a omo ye adwuma gidigidi pa na wo be kasa fe ne de
nsamansama ma wanse krono mati
nsamansama afọ
na send omo ye adwuma gidigidi akro mati ya wo hu
but we are aware nsamansama afọ no omo wo ho
yeah we have a challenge there
okay
we have a challenge there let's use this casual recruit to beef it up. Sometimes we are
so then it's not as if nsamansama phone in here but challenge
we must ensure compliance. Environmental bylaws, are we complying with them?
Na say you should compliance omo ye adwuma no ene e be hwe so omo be ye adwuma ya ma nya compliance na say we will recruit more hands.
The standing gas are to ensure compliance to the environmental bylaws.
Okay.
Yeah, you see a change. 19 Sunday
me sure say we have better convinced because even me I'm not convinced. Are they there? Why are we then recruiting
na nsamansama nia obi a your environmental service health providers.
Okay.
Monthly no more yeah. But their normal is not the normal I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
Ubeko baby bia nipa be ye district environmental health officer or any deputies ne ye omomo. Yeah, that is not what we are saying.
Carry Mike
we
no
more or less environmental task force.
Thank you.
On say we I record the buy.
Say mi jai wa wo de ye nge. Inti why any short kama. Carry say Moses ye tete gata ni mu wia yensesem free ho
no ntina ye ni environmental service providers na kasa almost that day they will provide all their vehicles,
okay,
all their compactors until ye yina na yeso akọ,
okay,
and it is going to be an emergency evacuation,
okay.
Mo dey an say mo be segment bi a create ama ya advert na ma which I know UTV will do.
Moses say we twanwom Inti senka mo be frɛ no so on fa nwom ne mra Moses Jacko or say I have a song for sanitation I think crutch for a bus stop boys
will make you nyina environmental service providers nyina na ye ne omo kasa
ba so omo na so omo ye etu ho acha adwuma
mo be ya na say ye budget nyina na maka akere no on say ya nyo bia na oba be ye wi oba be tran ka say budget near 5 million. But I want everybody to know, say, this is our state. Into one person of the Maya, not the Maya.
Okay. Mad Lion say, ya kase budget ni mu say, say a bit your assemblymen for assemblymen and assemblywomen. 100 million Ghana cedis allocated say monthly bia ye de ebema womo. Say the be ya umbetimi aye womo adwuma Ebesha said that when are you going to pay them?
They will get the first one in the end of this quarter no Mzabeka.
End of this quarter. Feni acha quarter we ask you. Ti April, May, June.
Budget na nkasa ya personal. The Minister for Finance afena oba abesha implementation.
Oba mu nyina wonyo ye China tamne so ne so na ya.
Yeah. So unu abema mumpa e bone di edru ha o.
Okay.
Ana amanyosem no se ye kase ye ne se die ye ne da na mwa. Nti ndokre ne die wo se ye kosuka na se o me minister nti say me gentle o ma twa me damages ne say me o ka say me mra no pa wi akura me ba
subo baptism
media na na de ba
baptism pacho bia na wasem bi o ha ma musa o last words bia o de betudwa
asida na me de be mamo na me last words say me sremo national sanitation day no bia mfa ne ho enyim emra president na nkasa edi ne ho ejim na wama ye go ahead and say me Western Housing Minister. Even we are attaching demolition exercise in waterways. Pese flood bi ebe fa nipa bi. Ufa ase ha ya chimota eko malam. Baby a K-Tech no wono. Onu so mo asi o mu fie danso ma na ni na so mutu. Sa because sikaphobia kwa akosi kwan na skotar na e wo no nyina. They say nsuo no ntimi nko.
Wow.
China phobia ba be si omo ayi bi wo ho nti say ama atu omo fie na wo
omo si ni so bi ehu assembly for ni so
omo se omo ne former DCE no wo ho ene ye na wo ye
na assembly bia nso wo engineering officer
omo na DCE akono ne omo akoye ya hwa nti ye ne omo aka se no nti Professor Mills kwan a oyi dansuma na ni nyina kotare na wo nyina fie ne wo nyina ukwa wo beso na house Ghana ne be bresi ni fie na aban aba be ye kotare wo na wa ma obi akwa akosi drain na ewo nso kese na ewo ho no omu kotwe eyiba ebefi omu afilia ma asi nso no ba ewrawro omu fie mu omu atu enfa na omeko. So these are some of the things as government we are task a reset agenda no ye be and ye clear no na nso no ba na ekwa fin bebre wan ka ebeku but you see we nyina everything is coming back na etu na e ka say yes and ya sanitation day no monfa mo honjim for the first time mama budget ya material budget here enti any empenyin for will come back to this place to do the sanitation education and I need all the media houses in the country we are talking say you ndru ho kra now the shase na bodawuru no you drew ha the subsidized jingle ne advert ni kakra ya person because it's a matter of behavioral change. We want a change in mindset and a change in behavior.
Thank you. Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, MP Banda, Minister, Local Government, Rural Development, Chieftaincy, Religious
Local
Affairs.
Government, Chieftaincy, and Religious Affairs.
One person better Rural Development. Announcing rural ni baby.
Is it Ghana rural?
For sanitation is on can
sanitation no. I never bounce a scale. So let's get bien.
I was a boy ya die wa ko ba ye ko ba dia ne de ye si ai ju but ye be di ti e ko ba sisi a